Yeah, it's me, Matt. I'm here in Vegas, always in Vegas, stuck in Vegas. I'm a publisher and a writer. I publish a lot of books. I'll be doing a series of videos um, on all of my books that I publish, even the ones I've written myself. Hopefully I'll get around to doing all of them. This one is going to be one I wrote myself. This is Things to Do in downtown Las Vegas. And I want to talk a little bit. Of course, I'm going to say good things about the book. I wrote it, and try to say good things about all the books that I publish, whether I'm the author or not. But the thing is that as Vegas is starting to open up again, and we just had an announcement from our beloved governor, Sisolak, who is saying that by June 1st, everything will be back to full capacity. Technically, it's state mandates that for social distancing will be up on May 1st, not June 1st. The state mandates will end on May 1st, and then for a month it'll be up to probably the county governments to determine about social distancing. As of June 1st, it's all over, except for the statewide mandate for masks. You'll still have to wear masks. And the gaming floors will still be subject to the Gaming Commission of Nevada. Governor has nothing to do with that. So we'll see how that goes. But probably the hotels will be able to be open up if they want full capacity. If they can book the rooms. We still, the economy is still iffy. But downtown, as people start to come back to Vegas, a lot of people, maybe it's because of the economy, but a lot of people are interested in downtown Las Vegas, and mainly it's because of the prices. I mean, everything's a lot cheaper downtown. You get a better shake for your gambling dollar too. The machines are a little looser down there, and people are interested in this book, my book that I wrote about things to do in downtown Las Vegas, is starting to sell better at this time than it has in the past, and I think that's because things are opening up again. The thing is, a couple things I want to point out about this book, though. On the whole, pretty good book. But yet some of the things that have existed in Vegas in the past may change after this pandemic is completely over and everything goes supposedly back to normal. Some businesses aren't going to be there anymore. As it stands now, and I was, rereading parts of this book and skimming through other parts, it still holds up well. There's a couple things I'd like to point out that are different than the book. One thing, it's right before the pandemic began, there was something that went out of business that's in this book. It's a Fear the Walking Dead based upon the TV show. It's a small business downtown. That went out of business. But before I had a chance to update the book, pandemic struck, and so here we are. But a couple things as everything reopens, I need to point out there is one thing in here that you can do for free, and that's see a big piece of the Berlin Wall, and that's at the Main Street Station Casino. They're not open yet. I love that place. I mentioned it before in a previous video when I was downtown recently. I think it was on Easter, and I was still disappointed to find that they're not open yet. But so you can't go in there at this time. Maybe by May 1st, maybe by January 1st, you can go in there if you're a man, because it's inside the men's restroom. Maybe if you're a woman, you want to see the Berlin Wall, you can have a security guy make sure the place is cleared out, and then you could see it. It's a real piece of the Berlin Wall. It's in back of the urinals is basically, so you get to, I guess, pretend like, if you're a man, you could pretend like you're taking a leak on the Berlin Wall, but it's an actual piece of the Berlin Wall. It's a big rectangular section. Again, you can't see it because Main Street's not open yet. The other thing is the buses, and the buses are not subject to the Gaming Commission, so they may be, it's more going to be a supply and demand. At one time on the Strip, we had two buses, the Deuce, which is the double-decker, and that ran from Fremont all the way, Fremont downtown, all the way to about Mandalay Bay. The SDX, which was the the express bus. That went all the way from the northern premium outlets all the way to the southern premium outlets, with just a handful of stops in between. So you can't take that bus. You haven't been able to take that bus since the pandemic. So in the meantime, what they've done is they've just had the deuces. The deuces going from Fremont Street downtown all the way to the southern premium outlets. How you get to the northern premium outlets, and I mentioned the northern premium outlets in this book, is a special bus they created called the 400, or is it the 401? I think it's the 400. And that is they use the old SDX buses, not really that old, but they use those buses. They travel 3 stops. You got the northern premium outlets, you got the Bonneville station, and then downtown on right around where the California is, Ogden, maybe a little bit past Ogden, there's a bus stop there, and you can pick it up there, and it goes to Bonneville, goes around to the northern premium outlets, and then you catch the bus right where they let you off. Well, not right, you got to go across the little section there, the small streets. It's not a busy street. It's easy to get across, and they got a big bus stop there, and they'll take you back. But that's called the 400. I'll put that in the link. I don't know how long they're going to be running that. They may keep doing that for quite some time, or they may bring back the SDX and get rid of the 400 altogether. I don't know what they're going to do, because to me, the strip is crowded, and if they want to bring those buses back into service, that'd be a great idea. I don't know if they will or not, because it's still a pain in the butt, because you can't get over to Paradise. Well, on the bus. They used to have, the SDX used to make a right off the strip and go over to Westgate, which was pretty cool. So, but there's no bus to Westgate now, unless you just got to walk over there from the strip. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah, so anyway, the information about the buses in this book right here in the back, I've got it in an appendix. The SDX stuff is incorrect, and because there's no more SDX, and if you want to get to premium outlets north from downtown, you got to take the 400. Again, I'll put a link in there. You can go right to the RTC from the link and see the map, and you could see the schedules. It's like every 15 minutes, but it doesn't last all night long. It's only as long as the retail, the northern premium outlets are open, which is like 7:15, something like that. So anyway, you don't want to get stranded out there, because it's kind of a long walk back to downtown Vegas. But I would encourage people, if you're coming to Vegas, maybe you don't want to stay downtown, but go visit. Go visit downtown. You can take the bus, the Deuce as it stands now. It'll take you all the way down. All the way, just take the double decker, it takes you all the way down right in front of Fremont Street, right there. It's the last stop. If you're not sure when to get off, the bus driver will tell you to get off, because that's the last stop and it's time for the bus driver's break. And then you can always find the bus stop over by California. It's, like I said, a little bit past California, headed towards the plaza, headed toward on Main Street. You can pick up the bus right there and go to the northern premium outlets if you want. Everything else in this book is still here. It hasn't closed. It's opened up probably partially, especially some of the restaurants and the gambling. One big thing that it's not in this book is Circa. I mean, the Circa, they've been building that for quite some time. It's been open for a couple months now. I mean, the thing is, it's a monster property. It's huge. It's like, it's amazing that's even part of downtown. I mean, they've refurbished a lot of downtown, a lot of cool things downtown, a lot of new stuff, but that's a brand new property. They just tore down the old, what was it, the Las Vegas Club, and then a couple other properties, and they just built that all up. And they had a vacant lot that they used for the big parking garage of the pedestrian bridge to Circa, and it's just something else to behold. Definitely go downtown just to visit that property, but you'll find some other stuff down there to enjoy while you're at it. And this book will tell you everything that you need to know to be downtown. There'll be a link in the description below to my book and my website for that matter. But again, I probably will. I'll take a look at revising this book when the time comes. There's not much to revise except for maybe the bus, unless the bus system goes back to the way it was, then there's nothing to revise. And then, you know, I think Main Street Station Casino is going to open up. They're owned by Boyd. Boyd is across the street to California. They've been struggling at the California because a lot of their customers come from Hawaii, and nobody's flying in from Hawaii right now, to my knowledge, and that's hurt them a lot. They've had to cut back on some of their workers, had to send them on furlough. Hopefully that changes, and business will pick up. But downtown, that's really the only casino that's shut down right now is Main Street. The Main Street Casino, and there's a couple others, more than a couple, that are still shut down around the valley, but you know, that doesn't really concern downtown. So I'm looking forward to things getting back to normal, and when that happens, I'll see what there is to really revise about this book. But as it stands now, the book stands as accurate, except for a couple things that I mentioned earlier. And that's about it. You know, there's a few things I might be able to add to it in the future, especially with Circa. I think, you know, I might just write about that on my website. But as it is, good book, if I say so myself, reasonably priced. You can buy it on Amazon, Kindle, or paperback, and then it's also available in digital format at several places like Barnes & Noble, the Apple iPhone, and Kobo, a couple places like that. And anyway, have a good summer, and hope you come out to Vegas. And if you do, please visit downtown Vegas. I'm out.